Hello, team. Today is day 93, I believe. 93 or 94. I lost count, but it's almost done. The goal of me speaking, it was hell of a ride. It's at first I was super awkward. I feel like the ground is gonna eat me up. I'm not sure if I'm gonna survive speaking and being comfortable in front of you to just speak my heart out, my thoughts out, and just try to share the ideas that is going around in my head. And now I'm comfortable. I'm so comfortable on speaking in front of you in this camera. And this week I'm gonna try, definitely Wednesday, I'm gonna try to speak impromptu with no script, with no preparation, or probably some could be premeditated. That way it will be organized. But this is gonna be the first time that I'm gonna do it in front of other people and speaking to the audience about speaking my heart out. I know one of the things that my mentor mentioned to me is that preparation, not preparing for your talk, is basically lazy. I know it's I understand it's lazy, but I'm pretty sure that in my case that's what I needed right now, to be able to speak my heart out, because I can crush a talk for definitely for 45 minutes, or yeah, definitely that 45 minutes to an hour tops. I can crush it with practice, with repetition, with memorization, yes. But when it comes to other people speaking in front of me, that will be the problem. That could be a problem with my case, because I would never know. I would never know if what I'm gonna, or how am I gonna respond to other people. I don't know if, for example, if they put me on the spot, they ask me questions, and I'm so scared of guests, to having to be a guest on a podcast, because one, probably I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, and two is that I'm so not into speaking English in front of other people. I mean, probably not speaking at all, even if in my native language. As long as I get comfortable with the people that I'm surrounded with, that's when I could be myself. I could allow conviction. I could allow the idea to come in. But that's not gonna be always the case. There are a lot of times that I am gonna be put in a spot, and especially in my line of career, the path that I'm taking. People are gonna ask me a bunch of questions that are out of nowhere, and sometimes there are also hecklers to be doing that. And and so that's what my focus is going to be, to just speak my heart out, practice my thoughts, and process and speak before I think, because I tend to overthink. For those people who really know me, I think a lot, and it comes to a point where it paralyzes me to make decisions and to act. But right now, that's what I'm trying to do. And also, other point was that I realized that I'm not that good. I'm not that really great with the speaking. So I needed to practice. I need to build or create evidence that I am who I said I am, and that's what builds confidence. Because if you think about it, if you the, the first if you going to have your first job and you don't know any idea about it, it's gonna be your first day, and first day of training, you don't know what you are doing, right? And it's crazy and it's nerve-wracking. But when you became tenured, for example, if you lasted for like a year or even 10 years, you will gonna you can be doing it in your sleep, because you have the confidence that you've done it a lot of times, and it becomes natural to you. That's what it looks like when you practice one thing or something over and over again. Even the boredom comes in, and I understand that speaking as well is gonna be like that. Public speaking, motivational speaking. I probably would deliver talk for hundreds or thousands of times, same talk. Probably would gonna be doing that once I found my signature talk. But before thinking about that, if you see, reflecting back, the, what I just said seconds ago, I think in advance. I think so far ahead that I forget about the present moment. I forget about the actions that I needed to take in order to get to where I want to be. And this is one of the things that I needed to face head on. Speaking impromptu, and yeah, I also want to talk about. I also want to talk about what I've learned yesterday. What I've learned yesterday is about. It is about emotional mind. Three layers of understanding. I would say there's this emotional mind, rational mind, and then wise mind. Emotional mind is emotional mind understands simplistic informed simplicity. What that means was is that it's about simple ideas, simple, like basic ideas. For example, how you how let's say, for example, in the gym. Let's talk about that. Exercising. You understand that exercise makes you feel good and makes you healthy and makes you think that you're gonna be moving easier. And once you accept that, and once that emotional mind is convinced about that simple information, then you're now gonna lean into complex mind on how are you going to improve, how you are going to improve the how are you going to deep dive on how to work out. For example, the ways on how to do the bench press, on how and ways on how to, just before you just gonna try, you are just going to try. I mean, no, it's let me say it differently. Complex is without trying, you just still want to understand. Okay, you went from exercising, it makes you feel good, it makes you feel better, it makes you awesome, makes you um makes you move easier and stronger, right? That's the emotional mind trying to convince themselves that it is really great to do that. And then complex mind, that's when you're gonna that, that complex that complexity is rational mind. So rational mind is about the complexity of how to work out, on how you were going to lift, how are you going to how are you going to do the certain exercise that makes you have a bulky chest, or broad shoulders and wide back, right? You're gonna figure out deep dive on how you will going to make that happen. And you want to also learn about the diets and what kind of food you eat, and sort of things. That's what rational mind is thinking. And to be the layer deeper than that, and to be able to influence other people to grow more about that specific exercise. If you want to convince other people to be able to do that, to be able for them to be fit, like in real life, is you have to layer deeper. Go layer deeper than rational mind. It's gonna be the wise mind. Wise mind is about the application. Wise mind is about reflection and thinking, and thinking how thinking those ideas and putting it into practice. And once you've done that practice, apply it to yourself, now you can share it to other people and how you changed. And the example for that, a perfect example, let me give you a perfect example. So emotional mind is just convincing yourself, oh, I want to work out, I want to go on a diet. Rational mind is thinking about the complexity of how to lift, how to have a broad shoulder and chest, wide chest, and what kinds of food to eat. But wise mind is doing those information, applying it to yourself, like doing the exact work. So if because the information is just gonna be an information if you haven't applied it to your own, if you haven't done it yourself, right? It is mostly common to for example, a let's say a coach, or a boxing coach, or let's say fitness coach. That way it's gonna be like we are in line with our topic. Say if you have a if you have a if you rent if you avail, or if you hire a fitness coach, where that coach himself is he got a big beer belly and soggy fatty arms and thin legs. Would you want to have that kind of fitness coach? Of course not, right? Because you cannot see the result that that person, or the you cannot see the result that you want to have in the coach that you are trying to hire. And so you will not gonna be convinced and influenced on about fitness, right? So wise mind is about you applying things. You are going through the journey itself. And because I used to think that information, once I know a lot, I could just share it to other people, and now I'm gonna be a speaker. No, I have to experience my own story. I have to experience the struggle, because you cannot motivate other people just by trying to tell them what to do. You have to show them what you did, and sometimes you have to share them what you've done, because a lot of people want to do what you do, or want to have what you have, but they don't want to they don't want to do what you've done. You They don't want to sacrifice those time and effort on working out and practicing by yourself, and looking like a fool and crazy, talking in front of a phone. And it's gonna be more powerful once you've experienced your own journey, because you now have the story to tell. You now have the evidence. You will now have the confidence, because you are doing this. And the reason why I'm able to do all these things, like speaking in front of you, to be able to articulate my thoughts right now, like better than before, is because I am doing the actual work. Even if I thought that it doesn't work, it's not working, I'm not improving, I look like a fool, my thoughts are all over the place. But along the way, if you think about doing this, and for example, if you we look forward about doing this for a year, and then half a decade, and into a decade, how much more am I gonna be effective on doing this, right? So it's gonna be really helpful for us to take action, instead of us thinking about the action or feeling about the action. We have to do the thing in order for us to show, to see the results that we were trying to have. To If we want to influence other people, if we want to have a better world, do a better do a basically do better yourself. You have to, instead of you looking to others, how others will help you, you have to help others, and ask yourself, how can you contribute, how can you how can you help other people. I believe it's one of the history in probably a present or something. I forgot. I'm probably gonna butcher it, but he said that ask not what you can do for your ask not what the country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. And so basically, it's going to help us grow and improve our lives and our surroundings and other people around us, if we started with ourselves, because we cannot give what we don't have. And I'm probably going around in circles here, so I'm gonna shut my mouth, but not permanently. And yeah, I'm gonna take courage and take a lot of action. And of course, rest is important. But one of the person that I've been listening to right now, and his name is Alex Hormozy, and he said that you, if you want to be exceptional, you have to do something worthy of exception. And work-life balance is not a thing. You have to be obsessed on one thing in order for you to be extraordinary, to be exceptional about it, because by then you're gonna be exceptional, right? you're gonna be living a exceptional life. And so let's say bye for now. I've just waited until I speak until 20 minutes, and it's a great thing that I was able to do that. And so bye for now. I believe this is a great one, and I'm seeing the results that I've been having. It's now I'm seeing now the results little by little, and it's great. Just have to continue these things, my learnings and my actions, even if it gets boring and hard, because it's definitely gonna be happen. It's a fact of life, and I have to face that head on and make sure that I still will be consistent. So bye for now.